Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. So yeah, I think it was good to not get too excited yesterday about this green candle here to the upside. That was exactly when I made my last video here. By the time we only had 3 waves to the upside. And yeah, I mentioned to you, as long as we don't go above the B wave high, we don't really have a case for saying that the correction, this wave 4 here, which is currently happening, that this wave 4 is already over, that the low is already in. In fact, I did make it very clear that I still expect lower prices here in the wave 4, ideally here into that 1240 region, maybe 1230. And that's exactly what we're seeing now. The move down still looks sort of corrective, which is actually good, which means we don't going down too impulsively, which means we have a good case to be made still for a higher wave 5 into the 1300 region. I mentioned to you many times, this is resistance here between 1270 and 1290, but the target would ideally take us to around 1300 US dollars. Why is that the case? Very simply, if we take the high of the A wave, go to the low of the B wave, it takes us to around 1300. The 1.618 Fibonacci extension is an ideal target for a C wave. The first one was already reached. That's exactly the region where we are hovering around now, the 1-to-1 ratio here around 1250. Okay, so that is all going according to plan at the moment. We also have a nice impulse to the upside here, which means we have bull flag after bull flag, which is good as well. And yeah, and also what I mentioned to you yesterday, even had we even broken the B wave high, it wouldn't really have been a confirmation that we're already in a breakout, because this could have very well gone all the way up to the 78.6 retrace at 1264, and it could have just been an extended B wave. But so far it's all gone according to plan. We've come down. Also, one of my buy orders has triggered down here in the region, which sometimes shows we need to be a bit patient, and not to get too excited here when we see a green candle. So what can I say? It's going well. All we need to do now is to hold the 1230 level, because below 1230 we are probably in some kind of a different pattern. Okay, maybe we could then make the case for a diagonal pattern, but that always loses some reliability. So ideally we want to hold this area. Why is this area so important? Because we are now, if you look at the count here, we've done a wave 1 up, we've done a wave 2 up, we've done a wave 3 up. We are probably still in the process of a wave 4 and would get one wave 5 here to the upside. And this is valid and likely as long as we're holding the 1230 level. Why is that? Because likelihood experience tells us that the retracement of the wave 3, so the target for the 4th wave, normally would reach this yellow box. We are in the box. That box was defined earlier, so we've reached it. Minimum requirements fulfilled. We've now also reached the 1240 level, which is the absolute ideal target for a 4th wave. Now we have an early signal that this move down might be finished, but it's only a signal, it's not evidence yet. We haven't made a higher high or anything yet. But we see a nice reversal candle here on the hourly at the moment. If the next candle might now be something like a bullish engulfing, that's an additional signal that the low may be in. But as you can see here, as per the count, I would still like to see one more wave down in the 5th wave. Just the count suggests that. But please understand that we have now hit the ideal target for the 4th wave, and these micro counts sometimes can be a little bit off, and it could very well be that we've seen something unlikely here, that maybe this was some kind of a wave 3 here, this a 4 and this a 5. I don't think that's the case. It would be off, but still, sometimes you see on those micro counts all sorts of funny things, but it's good to see we've now reached that ideal target. Could still come down to 1230. Only below that, this count will get seriously challenged. And if we then come down further, even if we break it, we still have a chance to move up as long as we stay above the sort of 1205 level here. But if we break below that as well, then I will have to say the top was probably in and we will not get higher anymore. To be honest, this will already get more likely as soon as we drop below the 1230 level. And then the question is, what do we do? If we break down from here without making a 5th wave up, it will increase the likelihood that we're going to break down directly anyway, and that we will follow this blue count here to the downside And that means, looking at the higher pattern, that we've come down in a wave 1 here in December. We're now moving up in a wave 2. This will be a 3, 4, 5, and we will see the $1,000 level tested, and this will be the next decision point. If we see this fifth wave to the upside, then this will be the next decision point around 1300, because also here the question is, are we going to do ABC? This would then be a peak of a wave 2, which would also come down, but this is constrained to around 1305. If we push higher than 1305, it will increase the likelihood of actually going higher in another additional wave, because then we are in the green count most likely. The green count has the capacity of pushing us higher into the $1,400 to $1,500 region. So ABC, yeah, and then in the C wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So instead of just doing ABC here in the small scale, we would do 5 waves up in the green count. It's just an alternative scenario that would get more likely if we break above 1305. Hope that's clear. Therefore, I would not necessarily get too quickly into a short position around 1300. I would wait for evidence that we are really coming down, but that's only me. You can obviously do your things and have your own strategy. But yeah, that's where we are. I'm quite happy that this is played out sort of as anticipated. My long order got filled. Now it just needs to hold support, and we can expect a fifth wave to the upside. Let's see if we see that. Unfortunately, it's Friday today, so on the weekend we normally don't see these movements, take place, especially not in the bear market. But let's see. I'm open to surprises. I will obviously keep you updated here about Ethereum and the latest updates. One more thing to mention here, which I have spotted yesterday. I forgot to say it yesterday in the video. We obviously have a trend line here it's not a very well defined one because we only have 2 touch points here. But if we get a third touch point, that would be ideal here at the basically at the 1230 area. So maybe this is going to come down following the channel a little bit longer. And then could get down to that trend line. Absolutely possible. So we could maybe today, tomorrow, we may see this actually continue. A wave 4 can oftentimes be very boring. Okay, and that's my update about Ethereum. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, please check out the channel membership and also make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter. And if you're interested, also check out our trading course that we offer on morecryptoonline.com. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.